probably thinking, what the heck, or what the f? Let me back up a little bit. See, I was born in the late 80s, but the earliest that I remember videos was when my mom, she used to record music videos on cassette players, on VHS. And she had a whole bunch of VHSs. That first video that you saw, that was Gloria's stuff on. And my mom she loved her, and I fell in love with her. I loved her voice and I loved her attitude, and her videos were like elaborate at times. Fast forward my high school, college, and just my young adult years, I remember watching VH1, MTV, and BET. I would watch country, jazz, hip hop, any type of music video. Hip hop to me is something I really gravitated towards. The one music video that I can remember was Busta Rhymes.
Told that if I ain't gonna be part of the greatest, I gotta be the greatest myself. Come on, yeah.
Busta Rhymes videos, it played with like the sizing of people, the colors, the perspective, the sound, the mood, and that's something I really paid attention to, was the attitude. Something that, like, when I would watch his videos, the performance, the actual performance really stood out to me. And I was like fascinated with the fact that they were using music to tell a short story. Fast forward a bit more, the internet was out. I got really curious, so I started researching even further, and that's when I stumbled upon Naughty by Nature. Hey, ho, hey, ho. You drew a picture on my morning, but you couldn't make my day. That music video, I mean, I was a little bit older, but that changed my perspective on a lot of things, like the theatrics of a music video, the attitude of a music video, the attitude of the person, the characters, the artist. It seems so authentic. I compared them to videos like DMX.
People crazy, I bust you and be crazy. Yeah, I know it's pitiful. That's how killers get that.
And Aesop.
So we gon' make it in a second. Never.
Their attitude, the way their persona was, the way they would move their arms, and the way they would have this type of swag on the music video is something that I paid attention to. I picked up the camera was like to try to emulate some of these hip hop videos that I would watch. I was just fascinated with music videos. I would watch DMX, Eminem, Method Man, Big Pun, Biggie, Tupac. I've done several music videos, but one that I recently did, and I filmed my friend Greg, I would basically tell him about, like, here's some old school videos that I really pay attention to. Here are some key points that I take away from this type of music video, and I think this is a way that you should portray it. This was the last music video that I shot with Greg, and here's some of the raw footage. But in the raw footage, you'll hear me say this word swag, and that's when I was giving direction to Greg, and I was telling him,
"Better bring fire. Swag. Air winner, lightning strikes in the sky. Swag. Air winner, lightning strikes in the sky."
I was thinking of his song along with how it's gonna look once I create the effects.
I'm on the stage and sit on the pavement, making a statement, bringing a rain and bringing a flame in your house. When at the same. Air winner, lightning strikes to the sky, finna get.
There's gonna be some people that are gonna really rock with it, you know? Let me rewind just a little bit. Why did I try to pursue documenting and filming hip-hop artists? During the time when I was researching hip-hop, I stumbled upon a lot of interview, freestyle type videos of hip-hop artists.
It's hard, a kid named Greg with a wooden leg. Snatched it off and beat him over the head with the peg. Go to bed with the kid.
My name's Idea, and I'm real. Hello, my name is Sluggo. I paid a little visit.
That content was what made me fall in love with the artist. I would like understanding their history, their background, their mannerisms. I mean, I was young at the time when I was researching, so I also used to do a lot of, I would try to do some rhyming myself. But this is also about the time when I started researching underground, the term underground artists that aren't really on the mainstream, not on the radio often. You kind of have to like dig to find these artists. So that in itself sent me into, okay, like I'm gonna film hip-hop artists. This was my way to kind of just be in the hip-hop culture. And I will never forget, you know, this one movie called The Art of Rhyme.
It's just a stem, a part on the branch that comes from what we are all about.
words in such a way that it's in somewhere in between song and speech, but it's not a speech and it's not a song. It's you become you in your poetry.
Forget me never cause I'm clever. My shit is mad together. I'm rough as leather. You wonder whoever or who is it? Yet it is the one. Black thought the mad exquisite kid to get a.
That flipped my mind, because if it wasn't for that movie, I wasn't, you know, that movie taught me about